Welcome children to Standard 10 Geography. We are studying Chapter 4 Climate, and this is our last video, that is the fifth video for climate. Okay, so far we have studied the climate of Brazil with the help of temperature rainfall graphs as well as the map. We have also studied the map of India showing temperature rainfall, and we have also studied graphs for four major cities in India. Okay, today we will summarize the climate of India. Remember, we have to have a comparative account. So, talking about the climate of Brazil, we have studied that the climate of Brazil is quite diverse. Okay, the northern part of Brazil has humid, hot and humid equatorial type of climate, while the southern part of Brazil has more of temperate type of climate. Okay, then on the eastern side we had a drought quadrilateral as well. The southeastern part receives more rainfall. Okay, so talking about the climate of India, the Indian climate also shows good amount of diversity. For example, the northern part, the temperature falls to 5 degrees and below 5 degrees. At the same time, the southern part is much warmer. While we have a desert in the western part of India, we have very high rainfall regions in the east of India. This climatic diversity is mainly due to the particular location of India. With respect to the Himalayas in the north, okay, we have Himalayas in the north, we have water bodies in the east, in the south as well as in the west. Okay, so because of this particular location, the climate of India is diverse. But there is a unifying factor here. The climate of India in general can be described as monsoon type of climate. On an average or on the whole, the temperatures of India is high almost throughout the year. Okay, it's the Himalayas and the water bodies that mainly influence the climate of India. Okay, now the word monsoon comes from an Arabic word mausam, meaning seasons. Okay, so the different directions of wind during different seasons is a distinctive characteristic of the monsoon type of climatic regions. Okay, so let us understand how monsoon originates in India. Okay, so what I'm talking now is the origin of monsoon in India. We know by the end of summer, that's the end of May, the temperatures are very high. We have Tropic of Capricorn passing through almost the center of India. The Tropic of Cancer passing almost through the center of India. Okay, so by the end of May, the sun is almost perpendicular here and in India, and therefore the temperatures are very high. In science we have studied temperature and pressure are inversely proportionate. So as the temperatures are high, a low pressure area develops, especially in the northwestern part of India, that is in Rajasthan. Okay, as we are having summer in the northern hemisphere, okay, and the temperatures are high, pressure is low. At the same time, the southern hemisphere, much below India, okay, below the equator, has winter climatic conditions. Okay, as a result, the temperatures there are low and the pressure is high. We know in science we have studied winds blow from high pressure area towards low pressure area. They are gravitated by this intense low pressure area in the western part of India. And because of the rotation of the earth, now these winds acquire a southwest northeast direction. Okay, so therefore these winds are called as southwest monsoon winds. They advance in Kerala first by the 5th of June, and then as June progresses, they start entering India, okay, through the Arabian Sea branch. Another branch also breaks and moves from Bay of Bengal. Okay, but as they move towards west, they become drier and drier. On the other hand, Okay, as the southwest monsoon winds, I'll give you another picture here, this one. Okay, why Rajasthan does not receive a rainfall, though we have such a low pressure area there? Why don't these winds, southwest monsoon winds, reach up till Rajasthan? Okay, so as the southwest monsoon winds are entering into India, they are obstructed by the western Ghats and they give orographic rainfall on the western slopes. The eastern slopes, however, become drier and they come under rain shadow area. As they go higher and higher, in the month of July now, they are progressing more and more in India because of the peculiar location of Aravalis. The winds cannot cross Aravalis and go to Rajasthan. So they start moving parallel to Aravalis, and as a result, they move now towards northeast. Okay, at the same time, therefore, Rajasthan remains as a dry region there. At the same time, as these winds now are moving towards northeast, okay, they dash against, or they are obstructed now by the Himalayas in the northern region. And as they are obstructed by Himalayas, again they give orographic rainfall on the southern slopes of Himalayas, while the northern side becomes an arid desert. Okay, so this is how the monsoons originate in our country. Okay, if there is a short note on the origin of monsoons, then maybe you will have to write this particular note. I will explain to you. Maybe I will give you the answers later on. Okay, now as the monsoon advances in the month of June, July, August and September, after that these southwest monsoon winds, okay, which attained the direction of southwest northeast. Now remember, we are winter is setting in India. Temperatures become low, pressures become high. At the same time, the southern hemisphere has now summer conditions, a low pressure area. So the winds now have a retreating trend, and they start retreating in the month of October. These winds are now called as northeast monsoon winds. They are normally dry and cool, but as they blow over this Bay of Bengal, they acquire moisture and they give rainfall mainly to the eastern coast of India. And therefore, if you remember, we had a question earlier. Tamil Nadu or Chennai receives winter rainfall. Not just Tamil Nadu and Chennai, okay, but even Andhra Pradesh and even Orissa receives, that is the eastern coast of India, receives rainfall in winter because of these retreating monsoons or retreating winds, which are also called as northeast monsoon winds. Okay, now as the Tropic of Cancer passes through India, we can see the Tropic of Cancer here, okay, in the middle of India. So as the Tropic of Cancer passes through India, the climate of India is monsoon type, no doubt about it, but we have more of a tropical type of climate. Okay, then India faces large amount of natural disasters because of this monsoon type of climate. Now monsoons, we know, are irregular, they are erratic. Okay, sometimes there is heavy rainfall, sometimes very low rainfall, sometimes no rainfall at all. Okay, at the same time, there are places which may receive floods, and at the same time there are places which also face drought conditions. Okay, certain days, certain years we have floods all over India. Sometimes we have drought in majority part of India. Besides these, if you remember, I said Brazil does not have tropical cyclones, right? But India experiences tropical cyclones mainly in this Bay of Bengal. Okay, so that's another natural disaster. Like this year we had in 2020, this year, along with coronavirus and so many other problems, we also faced a super cyclone called Amphan. Okay, which is really very sad. Then, so these are some of the natural disasters that we face. On the whole, the major seasons, India experiences 4 major seasons. On page number 29, you will get that. The hot summer season, March, April and May. Okay, after 21st of March, the apparent movement of the sun is more in the northern hemisphere, and therefore summer conditions start in the month of March. Okay, normally we say after Holi, Right, the reason is because the sun rays are perpendicular on the equator on 21st of March, and after 21st of March the sun advances more towards the northern hemisphere. So the hot summer season in the month of March, April, May, the season of monsoon or rainfall June, July, August, September. Then we have the retreating monsoons in the month of October. This is characterized by dry climate. Okay, so hot, and you feel hotter in the month of October because the humidity now becomes lesser and lesser, and ultimately the fourth season, the cold winter season, which we experience from November to Feb. So November, December, Jan, Feb. On page 29 there is colors of both. As I told you, those are comparative accounts that we have. Considering the location, extent and climatic conditions of both the countries, write months as per the season. The seasons: summer, India and Brazil. In India, summer is March to May, March, April, May, and Brazil is just the opposite. When we have summer, they have winter. Okay, so therefore, when we have winter, so before we take Brazil, I think it's better that we study India. Summer for India is March, April, May, and winter is November, December, Jan and Feb. Now all you need to do is just revert the order. Brazil receives summer, November, December, Jan and Feb. Just revert the order now. Okay, and Brazil experiences winter from March, April, May, June. Okay, so you can complete that table there as well. Group the months into seasons for a whole year according to the charts given, and I have just given you all the 4 seasons and the grouping of the months as well. Find out more about different ways of classification of and the seasons. For example, what is summer? On what basis do we say it's summer? Okay, that means we have to take in mind the temperature, the pressure, etc. There are a few figures: traffic jams due to rainfall in Brazil. Okay, you find most of the people here walking, right, and with umbrellas. But what you see in India during rainy season, traffic jams due to rainfall, mainly vehicles. Okay, so we have huge number of vehicles, and that causes major reason. On page 30 you have 4.7 dry land during droughts. Okay, in India, and you find also snowfall in India. So as I told you, our climate is diverse. Snowfall normally in Jammu Kashmir areas. Rainfall of Brazil you can see there. Okay, and there is deforestation of Brazil as well. So there are certain you can say drawbacks, okay, or rather problems in Brazil as well, which we will discuss when we talk about vegetation. A well, which is a source of water in India. You can see so many people filling water from one well. That is the condition in most parts of Maharashtra as well, which is dry, Gujarat as well. Okay, western side specially. Drought quadrilateral of Brazil is shown over there. I have explained to you, a short note on that. Paddy farming in India, especially, okay, the eastern coastal plain and the western coastal plain, where there is good amount of water, paddy is cultivated, mainly western coastal plain. Paddy, that is rice crop, is a major crop in western part of India. Okay, find out. Cherrapunji and Mauseran receives more than 11,000 millimeters of rainfall. This is on page 31. Shillong, on the other hand, located near to these places, very close by, receives only 1,000 millimeters of rainfall. What could be the reason? Okay, the main reason is, now this place is in Meghalaya, Cherrapunji, okay, here. Now we notice that as the monsoon winds dash against or are obstructed by the plateau here as well as the northeastern Himalayas, they give orographic rainfall on the southern slopes. So Cherrapunji, Mauseran are located on the southern slopes, but Shillong is located in the northern slopes of the same region. As a result, it falls under rain shadow area. Okay, considering the location extent of Brazil and India, look for the differences in the elements of climatic temperatures and rainfall as per direction. Write a short note on it. Now, there could be differentiate between the climate of India and Brazil. Brazil gets hotter in the north and cooler in the south. India, on the other hand, is cooler in the north and hotter in the south. Brazil does not experience tropical cyclones, but India experiences tropical cyclone. Brazil has equatorial type of climate in the north and temperate type of climate in the south. But for India, India has monsoon type of climate. Okay, Brazil has dry and arid desert on the eastern side called as a drought quadrilateral, and India has a dry region desert in the western side called as the Marusthali or Rajasthan desert. So with this we have completed this chapter. On page 30 there is a little do you know. I would advise you to read that part. I have given already almost the entire explanation for that as well. So that is a little homework for you which you can read on page 30. With this we complete this chapter. Okay, chapter 4. So bye bye. God bless you. Take care. Start studying seriously. Prepare your notes. In the next part I will give you the answers, but try and solve the answers meantime. Thank you.